So since I think this conference is a lot about how do we fulfill consumption in India through domestic design and manufacturing. And as you said, there are challenges in manufacturing. But when we look at the product and you talked about the price and cost, right? The biggest margin in electronics product is basically taken by the person who designs the product. Like Apple example you took, Apple takes 50% of the gross margin, whereas manufacturing takes only 7% of the device of the cost.
Apple is a wrong example. In large scale manufacturing for affordable devices, your theory is completely incorrect.
No, I understand, but yes, the biggest portion of profit or wealth is taken by the person who designs and owns the product at the end of the day.
No,
you take
not necessarily design, but who owns.
Design and own, right? If it is my product, then I get basically the best things, right? So, means just question to everybody is that means while we ramp up our manufacturing system, everybody says the design capabilities are already there in the country. Yes. Why can't we take the opportunity, be it Akash, be it medical devices, be it smart grid, take this opportunity rather than completely importing the system where the cream of the profit is taken by somebody else?
No, absolutely understandable, agreeable. But in case of tablets, for example, look at free scale designs. They are available, freely available. Okay, there are designers in India who are willing to share their designs at a very nominal IP percentage cost. So I think the industry needs to come forward and set up the manufacturing.
Sir, means Akash has been talked so much, right? There are at least 20 plus companies who can design a very competitive tablet today. Yes. But still basically we go and completely assembled, not Akash, but a lot of products, we completely assembled products we buy rather than using the designs from all these people.
We means who? No, this is important. Let me tell you, an end user does not care one hoot as to who has designed it, who has made it. He says the cost effectiveness. I am paying so much price and I am getting this. Now, why should I care where it comes from? As far as the end user is concerned. The market does not care where these things are made. The nation cares, the government cares, and the economy cares.
Yeah. So wherever the basically government money is put in these programs, at least those programs, be it NOFN, NCAN, Akash, Aadhaar, those programs should care.
We are definitely caring. We have a very, very, very clear emphasis on indigenization to the extent that is possible. But as I said, all government efforts can only be kickstarters for the larger. So the larger market will develop on its own, but we'll definitely kickstart using this.
We are taking a little bit more time because I think let Raj talk, because this is the crux of this conference, right? So how do we fulfill the consumption of electronics in the country through domestic products and manufacturing? So even if we take 5 minutes extra, go ahead.
About the smart grid implementation, which again is probably one of the largest opportunities, problem solving that will come up in the country. What is the state of the implementation of smart grid in India vis-a-vis the rest of the world at this point of time?
If I have understood your question, means what is the scale of smart grid implementation in India?
What is the status? Where do we stand today in terms of smart grid, the thinking process, implementation process with respect to the rest of the world?
I think it is still at very premature stage. The government has taken an initiative and smart grid implementation, India Smart Grid Forum has been made, in which various stakeholders are participating. Power grid, this is being talked about in power grid also, and I am part of BIS committee who will make the standards for smart meters. So still this is being talked about. Some of the experiments has been done in Bangalore funded by Ministry of Power for smart grid implementation. But they are not full-fledged implementation. They are partial implementations. So yes, things are starting to rolling out.
Thank you so much, and I think with this we'll close this session. Sorry that got extended, but we thought this is pretty critical to the conference to debate this thing. Thank you to all the participants, and big thanks to audience who patiently waited for so long. Thank you so much.
Yeah, maybe we'll take another 120 seconds. Right, so kindly wait for another 120 seconds. Let's all go to the lunch table together. At this juncture, I would request Dr. Zarabi, the former CMD of SCL and member of the MPART committee, to kindly come over and present mementos. Yeah. To Dr. Satya Gupta, Chairman, for moderating the session. Thank you, Dr. Satya Gupta. I would also request Mr. Arindam Sen to kindly go over and receive the memento. Mr. Arindam Sen, yeah. Thank you very much, Mr. Arindam Sen. I would request Professor D.B. Pathak to kindly go over and receive the memento from Dr. Zarabi. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Dr. Zarabi, for doing the honors. I would now request Mr. Sanjeev Keskar, the Vice Chairman of IESA, to kindly come over and first of all give the memento to Mr. Venkat Kodavati. And also to Mrs. Rashmi Urdwareshe. Thank you very much. And thank you very much, Mr. Sanjeev, for doing the honors. And finally, I would request Dr. Partho Mishra, the Vice President and GM of Service Provider Group Cisco Global, to kindly come over and give mementos to Mr. John Chilton. John Chilton. Thank you very much, Mr. John. And I would now request Mr. B.M. Vyas to kindly go over and receive the memento from Dr. Partho. Thank you very much, and thank you very much, Dr. Partho Mishra, also for doing the honors. Well, we will not hold you further. Please straight away go to the lunch arena and, yeah, closing comments. Yeah, vote of thanks, yes, please, sorry.
Yeah, we cannot close the conference without extending a vote of thanks to a lot of people who have really put in a lot of efforts and in planning and executing this conference. So I will not take more than 1 minute, but let me first congratulate and thanks for audience support for making this two-day conference a great success. So thank you very much to audience. Then I would like to thank all our sponsors, because without the financial support, such big conference cannot be a success. So thanks to all the sponsors for sponsoring this conference. There was a Vision Summit Planning Committee who has really worked for last 6 months in planning and working on the agenda, speakers and everything. So I will quickly take the name of the people: Shiv Tamuri, Jaswinder Ahuja, Raju Pudota, Dr. Satya Gupta, Nitin Dev, Anurag Seth, Ravi Pagar, Vivek Tyagi, Viresh Sethi, Krishnamurthy, Vivek Sharma, Prosenjit Mukherjee and Sanjeev Keskar. So thanks to this committee for putting up such a wonderful event. I'd like to thank our event management company, Scorpio, also Sheraton Property for making excellent arrangements here, our PR agency, also Mr. Shankar, who is hosting us for last 2 days. And last but not the least, our secretariat team. Let me tell you, IESA secretariat team is very thin. We have Surya here. She was coordinating the speakers activity. Gaurav Punjabi, Swapna here, Prabhu, Debanjan, and our leader PVG Menon. So a very big round of applause for the Secretariat team who has put together this excellent event, and they have really worked hard for last 3 months in planning this event. Okay, ISA to IESA is not just a name change. It's going to be a change of a charter and driving a bigger agenda. So in last 8 years, ISA has reached to this level, but moving forward with getting added, electronics getting added, our activities are going to be much bigger and focused towards growth of ESDM. And look forward to support from each one of you to drive this initiative and continue your support to IESA. Thank you very much and enjoy your lunch.